Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, so eventually this is going to be, I'm going to do a reading, but right now I have something more or less to say. So this was a reading for Pisces at the time. It still is a reading for Pisces. If you have Pisces anywhere in your chart, you should want to go and look at them. There's 2 videos, and for some reason they won't let me let this go, because I guess making sure that I get everything together and everything out. Yesterday I said that I was going to unblock me from a person, release a person, because I was saying how because I don't do magic on people, or because I can't do things on certain things to people unless. So what I did was I blocked myself, and when I blocked me from these people. So I said that I was told a couple days ago to unblock this person, or unblock me from a person, undo the situation. So what happened was I pulled out my book. Well, at the time when I got the message, it was it didn't happen because I was doing something. I was in the middle of a job, but it was, basically on me. And plus, I always make sure that what I'm getting is what I'm getting. And so I said I was going to do it yesterday, but I didn't do it yesterday because I just didn't. So this morning, I'm happening to be going through some stuff, and there are some things that I thought was lost that, matter of fact, they were lost, period, point blank. This pen, which if you go back to the beginning of my tarot channel, this pen was there. And this is years ago. This pen has been lost or misplaced for a few years now. Last year, and my face, I'm doing a clay mask, a facial, so it kind of like pulls toxins and whatever out of your skin, and it makes me have mucus. So if I sound a little snotty, that's the reason why. Once I get the mask off and get everything cleared out, it will change. But so if I sound a little snotty, that could be the reason why. Anyway, this watch that I have on right now that I didn't even know was missing, and for some reason I gotta check, because I'm thinking that for some reason I have 2 of them now. I love Movado, and that's what's on my hands. Clay is on my hands, so I love Movado. So I have a few Movado watches, and for some reason I didn't even know this one was missing. So when I found the pen, I found the Movado watch, and I also found this deck of cards, which I did a video about last year, saying that the deck of cards was missing. And I swore up and down somebody took the cards, because I knew where they were, and they were on my altar at the time, but somehow they all got placed together, which I don't understand how or why, but okay. They were all found together. So I'm going to do a reading with this deck of cards. This is my I forgot what you call this deck of cards, but it's Asian. It's an Asian deck. So I'm going to be doing some readings today with this deck of cards. But anyway, yesterday when I said I was going to unblock the person, I didn't. But now today, since I found this pen, which is the pen that I normally use to write with when I'm doing, special things. My son gave me this pen for my birthday many, many years ago. And he actually went and bought me some new pens and he hasn't sent them to me yet, but he got on FaceTime with me, asked me which ones I like, because of the fact that I like to write with certain pens when I'm doing, magical stuff. And the fact that I found this pen lets me know that I was correct in saying unblock me from this person. So I'm going to now here with y'all unblock that person from me, or unblock me from that person. And like I said yesterday, it was meant because yeah, that person wasn't being an honorable person. Or I just didn't know what the person was being at the time. All I knew was it was some weird ass stuff happening, and I just wasn't with it. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna read what I wrote here, and this is this person that I blocked from them, because from what I understand, that's the person. And so January 10th, 2022, I wrote, "Dear future husband, I ask God to send me a man that will put him first. I realize how important this is. I promise to continue to pray for us and over our family." And I put, "I love how you are following his word so that it leads you back to us." And that's so cute. I'm a sucker for love ass, so. And then January 10th, 2022, I said, "Do not at any time take, deal with, accept," and then I wrote a person's name, and I put, "No, do not trust them at all." Look, see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So I blocked a certain group of people. It was several different groups of people, actually, because again, they were all my son is something else. But I didn't know who and what was happening. So I wrote a list of names that I needed to keep me out of their whatever it was they were trying to do. So, and their families. Because again, I didn't want them anywhere near me. So it was also their people, okay? So at this point, there's a thing about lost things being found. I will find you again. Past life, love. I will find you again. I will find you in this time. So there's a thing going on in YouTube where it's saying past life love with a contract to meet in this lifetime. That's what that is pertaining to. So if you have that in your chart, or if you have that in your spirit, or you have apparently it's closer than you think, because literally this pen, I'm telling you, if you go back to the very first video I did, I think you can, or the videos I did, you could see this pen. I called my son about this pen. What else did I find? I just found, okay, so those were the three things. Okay. Let me see if I can find this person where they are. And then I'm going to unblock this person. And then I'm going to do a reading. Oh. I was supposed to tell y'all, because there was an Ace of Swords there. Hidden. Things being hidden. Oh, that's what it was supposed to be. Things being hidden. The things that were hidden. Items. Knowledge. So hidden knowledge that your DNA is unlocking. That's gonna be a thing. Then there was the Ace of Wands. New beginnings, creative sparks. I'll find you again. The person, new businesses, or businesses that were, and I want to say, because I the word that I keep hearing is ordained. Destiny. Ace of, okay, so the only ace that we're actually missing here is the Ace of Cups. There was every other ace on the board, but then there was the Magician in the other video, in the second video. Oh, he's right here. The Magician, showing that you have all the tools. Something was just hidden, but everything is being, I don't want to, what's the word? Displayed, divulged, unveiled. So you had everything that you needed from the beginning. It's like the stories when you have to get your courage up. You don't realize that the power is already there. You just gotta go through all these adventures in order to see the real you. So the magician says you have all the tools. You have everything that you ever needed in order to get it done. So seeing the world of possibilities, seeing the world through the eyes of magic. So there's power, there's skill, there's understanding. The desire, and ability to create. You can create the life that you've always wanted. So you have every tool needed. You just have to learn how to use them, or you had to learn how to use them. So this is heavily with manifestation, understanding and learning your capabilities, embracing the power that you have within to harness the power of the universe. Okay, so that was that. Hidden things. Your contradictions and complexities are interesting. And we don't realize there's a contradiction in everything. Like you yourself are a walking, talking contradiction. Some person will say that you're mean. Meanwhile, somebody else will say that you are the nicest person they've ever met. Somebody will say that you're not giving. Well, other people will say you'll give the shirt off of your back. A walking, talking contradiction. You are an individual. You are unlike anybody else. Your individuality is what makes you special. So reconsidering your alliances and making new connections. What you were, you are no longer. It's like the Wizard of Oz. When each person met, the Cowardly Lion, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, when they all met, they thought they were at their weakest point. But they had to go through a few adversities in order to unleash the power that was within them. Okay, so I shuffled these before I sat down here. And so you needed time. Things take time. Stuff happens in time. So time to heal and time to build and time to progress. All right. Time was of the essence. And here we have wedding rings, a union, a wedding, a marriage, a soul connection, eternal love, and everlasting promise, something that expands through time. Okay, so one of the things, and when I find a person's name or the thing in here, because I'll be skipping through pages. I don't know why I do that, but some pages feel like that's the page that is supposed to be meant to write the person's thing on. So I got to go through and find it. But either way, today I found my pen and I got this. So I'm going to unleash it. And then I'm going to write, what do I want? What do I want? Here and now. Okay, so wrote that, and then I'm gonna write what I want. But anyway, let me make sure I get this all together and get it out. So something that expands through the test of time. Okay, so in this lifetime, the reason why me and my last person got married so fast was because when we were, I can't remember the age, but we talked about if we're not married by a certain period of time, then we'll marry each other. Okay, we did that. It turned out the way it turned out, but everything is important. Everything was a lesson. So, but I did that when I was a child, when I was, so, when you, and I forget what the saying is, when you are a child, you think as a child, but anyway, I did that twice. because I also did it with another person, because these are soulmates that I have in this lifetime. So I did that with him, but I also did it with another person. If I'm not married by a certain time, then we'll be together. If we're not married to, by a certain time, we'll be together. In a previous life, so that would be what the thing that I did now. In a previous life, I will find you again. We'll meet so apparently there's a bond, a soul bond, and I don't even know if it was a contract or, well, I guess that is a contract, because the same way I did with them, it's a verbal contract. We'll be together in this life and the next one. So something that you did previously. So you made contracts in this lifetime, you made contracts in previous lifetimes. In this lifetime, the contracts that I made with those people are over, except for one of them. But the way that goes is, okay, because it was, if I was a certain type of way, and I'm not that certain type of way as of yet. So until I become that way, that's, if I become that way, that contract gets active, but I'm not that way. So that's how that contract is. One of the things where, and I don't know how to explain it, because I don't know what that would mean in legal terms. So if I become a lesbian or something at some point in time, like, I start liking girls and I want to just date girls, that person's contract now is to be valid. Okay. That's what that would be. Something like that. But I'm not that way. So, and I've had interactions with females, but I'm not that way. I love the opposite sex more so than the same sex. Okay. So regardless of what a person thought or said, or mostly thought about me, I'm not that way. So my contract can't be active with no female. And if my contract with a female would be active, there's somebody else that I now in this lifetime made a contract with. So I would have to fulfill that contract with that person first before anybody else. So there's a line here, okay, people? That's funny. But there's a fucking line. Some people be trying to jump the line, but you can't jump the line if I'm not that way. Because, again, still, it only kicks in if. So I'm hearing in lieu of. I don't know what that means. I have to look that up. What does fucking in lieu of mean, and why am I hearing that? Okay. So my contract with all male figures on this earth right here now are done, finished, kaput, never ever. All contracts have been canceled in this lifetime and the next. Okay, so anybody that I made a contract with in this lifetime that was male, cancel it. Everything in the ethers in heaven. I shall never ever run into you ever again in life. Done, over. In lieu. Okay, what does that mean? The company issued additional shares to shareholders in lieu of. Okay, so in lieu of cash. So they gave them something else instead of the thing that. Okay, so in lieu of. Let's see what that means. Okay, so in lieu of means instead of or in place of. Okay, so in lieu of. Well, giving you this instead of that. Well, you can't give me this instead of that if I'm not that way. You see what I'm saying? So until I become that way, then, and people change. So that's not to say that I won't become that way or I can't become that way. I'm just not that way right now. So no contract with no person of the same sex can be active or activated until I become that way. Either way, past life, now, past life love, past life lovers because I'm not that way as of the female version type. So now that must be the reason why I'm pulling in past life male lovers now. I still don't understand why it is that in this lifetime they're so much younger than me, because one showed up 10 years younger than me and the other one just showed up freaking 18 years younger than me. And I don't understand how this is working. How is this happening? And why is it that? Because again, I know people that have never met anyone, not one of their soulmates, or maybe they just don't know, or maybe they're just not tapped in to know. So maybe that could be a thing. I don't know, but I don't understand how I'm pulling in so many of them at one time, because they showing up like it's like running water. Like every day is something, and I don't understand. The only thing I can explain it as is like, and this is some old school shit, like knights, and since we have this on the table, like how back in the day when the princess needed to get married, and so they started pulling, and because it was going to be an arranged marriage, they started pulling princes from all the other realms. So they would all show up, stand in a line in front of the princess, and they would, she would pick. After they would say what they would do or whatever, and then she would choose which one she wants. But as of, oh my God, this is weird as fuck. But that's what it's like. And that's what's happening. And at this point, it's just none of them fit the bill right yet. So I don't know what this is, and I don't know why this just won't release from my table, but I'm about to now do reading, so hopefully this is the end. And apparently I'm under an arranged marriage from somebody else in a past life or something, and some female version wanted to step up first in this lifetime, but bitch, I'm not gay yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gay. So apparently somewhere in my chart or something, it might have thought that I liked girls, or just because I had fun, like at some point in time, they thought I liked girls. But it's a no. I have to have a husband. And I call him a guardian. So yeah, this lifetime is different for me, and maybe it's because they don't know what I know, but this life is different for me, so that's the reason why it can never be a female here. So I don't know why that's important, but this is weird because, again, I went to bed and everything. On the last time when I first did the Pisces reading, I went to fucking get my lashes done. And then when I came back, it kept being a thing. Like, this is not done yet. It has to be something else. And it keeps being something else. Now it's lost things. I literally just found a gang of lost stuff that I don't know how it got put where it was at. This pen being, and it's all stuff that I really, really like. Like, this was my first Movado watch. I went through a lot having to get this thing fixed because it ended up cracked, and they sent it away, and it did all this weird shit. But anyway, it's now fixed, and I just found it in a place. I didn't even know the thing was missing. That's the thing. So stuff you don't even know is missing, coming back. This deck of cards, I did a video on it saying that this deck of cards was missing. So hopefully this is it. And I'm going to do what I need to do, because now that I have my trusty handy dandy pen to create some magic, I'm going to write down what I want and what I think I want, and God will bring it and readjust it as it is. But because I write down what I want, and then he makes it 10 times better. So that's the reason why I'm saying that. But either way, this is the video. I am a Pisces. Pisces I'm about to do a video for you, and I'm going to upload this twice because I don't know what it is with people, but if they don't see their zodiac sign on it, they might not look at it. So I'm going to upload it as a collective reading from the beginning, or a collective video from the beginning. But I'm also going to upload it under Pisces name and everything else. So my Pisces, you're about to be the first one with this video, okay? This deck. Thank you for coming to my channel. Go with God. Hope this helps somebody. I mean, it's something that I'm dealing with, but hopefully it helps you as well.